No internet. Oh no, what boy is this set to? Give me a moment. Something's broken. But hello internet, welcome back to the Story Nook. My VTuber has decided to break. It's fine, it's a cute little PNG tuber. We love it here. There we go. Hopefully that is fixed now. Yay! Okay, yeah. Hopefully fixed. But welcome back to the Story Nook. Where I am here and we can all have a good old time. We're going to be reading more The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum with pictures by W.W. Dinslow. And what chapter are we on? Last chapter, we realized that the Oz was a humbug. We are on How the Balloon Was Launched, which is on page 162 of this PDF that I was able to get from the Internet Archive if you guys want to peruse it yourself. So go ahead, grab your water, your tea, your coffee, whatever it is you would like, and we will continue forward. Here we have an image. It looks like the Scarecrow. He's got, I think that's the stick that's supposed to hold up his head. It looks questionable. And Oz holding the Scarecrow's head, chatting with him. Next morning, the Scarecrow said to his friends, "Congratulate me. I am going to Oz to get my brains at last. When I return, I shall be as other men are." I have always liked you as you were," said Dorothy simply. "It is kind of you to like a Scarecrow," he replied. "But surely you will think more of me when you hear the splendid thoughts my new brain is going to turn out." Then he said goodbye to them all in a cheerful voice and went to the throne room, where he rapped upon the door. "Come in," said Oz. The Scarecrow went in and found the little man sitting down by a window, engaged in deep thought. "I have come for my brains," remarked the Scarecrow, a little uneasily. "Oh, yes. Sit down in that chair, please," replied Oz. "You must excuse me for taking your head off, but I shall have to do it in order to put your brains in their proper place." "That's all right," said the Scarecrow. "You are quite welcome to take my head off, as long as it will be a better one when you put it on again." Oh, dear. Didn't realize this. There we go, now it's gone. Sometimes that little thing doesn't disappear. So the wizard unfastened his head and emptied out the straw. Then he entered the back room and took up a measure of bran, which he mixed with a great many pins and needles. Having shaken them together thoroughly, he filled the top of the Scarecrow's head with a mixture and stuffed the rest of the space with straw to hold it in place. When he had fastened the Scarecrow's head to his body again, he said to him, "Hereafter you will be a great man, for I have given you a lot of brand new brains." The Scarecrow was both pleased and proud at the fulfillment of his greatest wish, and having thanked Oz warmly, he went back to his friends. So he filled his head with a mixture of pins and needles, a measure of bran. I mean, that's one way. Placebo effect. Dorothy looked at him curiously. His head was quite bulged out at the top with brains. "How do you feel?" she asked. "I feel wise indeed," he answered earnestly. "When I get used to my brains, I shall know everything." "Why are those needles and pins sticking out of your head?" asked the Tin Woodman. "That is proof that he is sharp," remarked the Lion. "Well, I must go to Oz and get my heart," said the Woodman. So he walked to the throne room and knocked on the door. "Come in," called Oz, and the Woodman entered and said, "I have come for my heart." "Very well," answered the little man, "but I shall have to cut a hole in your chest so that I can put your heart in the right place. I hope it won't hurt you." "Oh, no," answered the Woodman. "I shall not feel it at all." So Oz brought a pair of tinner's shears and cut a small square hole in the left side of the Tin Woodman's chest. And so now we've got these three going, ho ho ho, I am so smart, I have a heart, I am so brave, even though it's all placebos, I am sure. But I do appreciate this image. Let's stare at it. This also tells me this chapter is not going to be too long. There's my alarm. Because once again, it's 5 in the morning. I woke up and it was just like, shit, I didn't record last night. I got up and my husband rest though. And so we have this lovely image. You can see the land outside. I love this. The placebo's effect works good on these dudes. I don't remember what the sentence was before that. Small square hole in the left side of the Tin Woodman's breast. Alrighty. Then going on to a chest of drawers, he took out a pretty heart, made entirely of silk and stuffed with sawdust. Isn't it a beauty? He asked. It is indeed, replied the woodman, who was greatly pleased. But is it a kind heart? Oh, very, answered Oz. He put the heart in the woodman's breast, and then replaced a square of tin, soldering it neatly together where it had been cut. There, he said, now you have a heart that any man might be proud of. I'm sorry I had to put a patch on your breast, but it really couldn't be helped. Never mind the patch, exclaimed the happy woodman. I am grateful to you, and shall never forget your kindness. Don't speak of it, replied Oz. Then the Tin Woodman went back to his friends, who wished him every joy on account of his good fortune. The Lion now walked to the throne room and knocked on the door. Come in. I have come for my courage, announced the Lion, entering the room. Very well, answered the little man. I'll get it for you. He went to a cupboard and, reaching up to a high shelf, took down a square green bottle, the contents of which he poured into a green gold dish, beautifully carved. Placing this before the Cowardly Lion, he sniffed it as if he did not like it. The wizard said, Drink. What is it? Asked the Lion. Well, answered the Oz, if it were inside of you, it would be courage. You know, of course, that courage is always inside one. So that this really cannot be called courage until you have swallowed it. Therefore, I'd advise you to drink it as soon as possible. The Lion hesitated no longer, but drank till the dish was empty. How do you feel now? Asked Oz. Full of courage, replied the Lion, who went joyfully back to his friends to tell them of his good fortune. Oz, left to himself, smiled to think of his success in giving the Scarecrow and the Tin Man and the Lion exactly what they had thought and they wanted. How can I help being a humbug, he said, when all these people make me do things that everybody knows can't be done? It was easy to make the Scarecrow and the Lion and the Woodman happy, because they imagined I can do anything. But it will take more imagination to carry Dorothy back to Kansas, and I'm sure I don't know how it can be done. And so we have this illustration of him putting the heart into the Tin Man. And this is a relatively short chapter, this one, and that is okay because I still have to get dressed for work. So I'm perfectly happy with that. So we will continue this later. I hope you all have a great day. All that good jazz. My plans to see Wicked has once again been pushed back because I forgot one of the people in our group has to go visit. Well, they forgot they had to go visit their relative who is like 4 hours. Like, it's an all-day trip away. Like, they leave at like early in the morning and then don't come back until like 11 at night. So, seeing Wicked's been pushed back for us. If you've seen Wicked, what are your thoughts? I'm currently reeling because I'm just like, I saw the news article about the senior from Crush 40 and the Sega thing, and I'm just like, I must consume more news on it. But yeah, thank you all for being here. I hope you all have a great day. As you can see, I've got like a little slideshow of some of the stickers that are on my Redbubble. So I hope you all enjoy that. I've got more stickers and designs on Redbubble. So yeah, I hope you all have a lovely day. Remember to stay safe, stay healthy, and stay hydrated. It's very important to stay hydrated. And I'm gonna finish getting dressed and upload this while I do so. So have a lovely day, have a lovely evening, all that good things. Bye bye.